Welcome for week 3 of the Sunshine Tour here in Andalucia. Actually, the Grand Prix of the regional government of Andalucia. So today with 4-star, it's a 1m55 class. The weather, yet again, beautiful weather. It's ideal for jumping, 17 degrees, a breeze, but ideal conditions otherwise. Course builder this time, it's Javier Tenor, and he's put up a course with 13 obstacles, 16 efforts, 495 meters in length with an allowed time of 80 seconds. So again this week, a very busy week here, new faces. Cian O'Connor there talking to top watchman, his pupil. Cian just taken 1 week off from Wellington just to come and look at some of his pupils performing very well actually here at the Sunshine Tour. So in this class with 50 starters, at this stage we have 10 clears and 38 to go of a 50 horse starter class is top young UK rider Millie Allen, and she's riding a new horse for her, Danielle, ridden to great success by Swedish rider Annelie from Essen. So we're just going to discover the track here with Millie Allen. So turning back to the third fence, the Marquis de Riscal Oxer, and then going to the water jump that comes very early, and Daniel just having a look at it. Quite a few horses, not many horses stopped, but quite a lot of horses taking a big look at this water coming very early on the track. And on a 7 stride related distance. Jumping out without any trouble now, and second time of asking. And just haven't done, and Millie just retiring. The first show for Millie Allen with this Danielle, so just a little bit more work to do. It's a 1m55 class, it's a big class. We started off in the first week, it was a 1:45 Grand Prix, last week 150, and now we're 155, and the inches do count a little bit more at this stage. Millie Allen, as I said, she's one of the top young riders and junior riders in the UK. So next to go is for Japan. Big delegation of Japan here, seem to be using this very much as a warm-up for the season, and for sure 2 if not 3 of the riders that will be representing their country in Tokyo are present here and trying to make a good impression and starting the season. So first of them is Eiken Sato, and he's going with Chicano, previously written by Henrik von Eckermann for Sweden. Horse with huge ability. Eiken, of course, one of the most experienced riders on this amongst those Japanese riders. A previous winner of the World Cup in Mechelen. Ooh, exceptional jump there over the water. Four strides there to the water. Ditch. Chicano giving it feet there. Nine strides to the Suzuki Oxer, then turning back to the combination. Quite a few horses have time faults, although the time isn't very tight. The turns are open. A few people have taken just a little bit too much time. Now there's a 6 or a 7 option there to the Oxer, and then 6 down to the last fence. And there's our 11 clear for Japan, Aiken, Sato and Chicano. Lensman Aiken did win the CSI 2-star Grand Prix in Lichtervoorde as well with his horse. You rarely see a better jump over water than that. Spectacular. Spectacular throughout this round. So, as Aiken leaves the ring, in comes Pedro Junqueira Mollart for Brazil, and he's riding Prince Royal Z MFS, a 13-year-old stallion by Prince de Revel out of a Ramiro mare. Already in the money, third in the ranking class this week, which was won by Sweden's Marcus Westergren. In 2017, this horse was very, very successful, won the Grand Prix in Le Bowl. Le Bowl, where he was 9th in the Grand Prix last year. And this is 5 stride to the double, the Longines double, and then 9 strides down to this Oxer number 10. And turning back to the combination. And 6 down to the last, and coming in just with a one-time fault. Horse takes quite a lot of balancing and just might have been a bit generous in some of his turns. So disappointing there for Pedro, coming in with just the one-time fault. So far on time falls, we only had just one other rider with just the time falls. So with 11 clears, next in the ring is for Argentina, Jose La Roca, and he's riding Quintino 9. Quintino 9, an 11-year-old by Quinton, out of a Crackerjack mare. There's the front trail there. This horse very successful throughout the winter with Christian Kuckuck of the Ludger Beerbaum stables, having been 4th in both Mechelen and the Helsinki World Cup. There's a pattern rail down there behind. Jose was clear the first Grand Prix in the first week here. Decided not to run the horse in the jump off. Obviously, this horse is aimed for 4 and 5 star. A little disappointed there to have 3 down today, so nice round, but 3 down. So I said this week in the other ranking class, Marcus Westergren for Sweden won one of those. Alberto Zorzi won another one for Italy, Rebecca McGoldrick for Canada, and Jessica Hewitt for the UK. These were the winners of the other ranking classes here this week. So next in the ring is for Germany, Mark Bettinger, and he's riding Lamour, a 12-year-old by Lord Danos out of Nacorado mare. This Mark, very competitive rider, won a number of two-star Grand Prix in 2019, Vienna, Samorin. This particular horse was previously ridden by Sarah Vingrakova for the Czech Republic. And since Mark has taken over the mount, this horse has been placed in two-star Grand Prix, one in Chicocinco in Poland and in Serbia in Italy. So a very competitive combination if they get into the jump off. Just rebalancing things a little bit before the combination. Not enough. Just got flat over the first one, and same over the last one. And we're trying to reorganize things a little bit before the last two. And coming home with some time faults and a heavier score of 15 faults for Lamour and Mark Bettinger. Big difference between the 145 and 155 class, which again there's two different types of combinations here. There's some of the big time horses that are here to warm up, getting ready for the season, and then there's younger horses or less experienced combination that are trying to up the game. Here the national Spanish champion, Ismael Garcia Roque, and he's riding Airline R. Ismael, the stable rider for Sergio Moya. This mare is very effective over 145s, 150. This is just that little bit bigger, fortunately. Fence down behind. Ismael, one of the most competitive riders on the Spanish circuit. Down to the combination. Ooh. As mentioned, 155 is just that little bit more difficult. And coming in with 3 down and a stop at the combination, and then 2 time faults. So still just 11 clears, and at this stage just six horses left to go. Javier Tenor, which together with Santiago Varega, the two main course builders here in Spain, building here today, Javier has a great record for getting the right number of horses in the jump off, and it looks like here again we're going to have a jump off with 12 or so competitors. Next in the ring is for the UK, William Funnell, and he's riding Billy Diamo, just a 10-year-old. Second in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Just got flat there to the little planks. Was fourth Friday in the rankingless class, won by Westergrain. Placed in the Liverpool Grand Prix, was third in the Windsor Grand Prix, and jumped on the UK Nations Cup amongst others in St Gallen. So this is a horse that would find this level of class not a great challenge. Horse with a lot of scope. Coming down to the last line. Fortunately, 4 falls there for Billy Diamo and William Funnell.
And it is the score of 4. 6 left to go, 11 in the jump off. Off we go now to Sweden. She's based in Cheshire with Team Davenport Sport Horses, and she finished in the top 10 in the 150 class here on Friday. Martian horses, Coachella, Angeli.
This has been the nicest weather on the Sunshine Tour for many years, because quite often, because of its proximity to the Atlantic and the Narrow of Gibraltar, it can be a little bit rainy around here sometimes, but so far everything has been happening north of Europe, and the time that they've been jumping there we've had 3 storms, including right now Storm George, but luckily they don't have to cope with it out there. So now in the ring is for Sweden, Angeli von Essen, and she's riding Coachella. Angeli, who, as mentioned, used to ride the horse of Millie Allen, and of course also last year extremely successful with Lucan Q, who now is written by Ben Aslan. Extremely effective and competitive rider is Angeli. Coachella, who is the dam of Concello or Cocello, that is written by Pier Giorgio Bucci. 160 level. Angeli already second in one of the. Horse drifted very much to the right, nearly had the wing down, but coming in clear to the delight of Angeli, understandably. So great result, and Angeli is extremely competitive. This is bigger animal. We can be assured of a fast jump off if Angeli is there, and she's in a very good place, coming in at the moment 12th, and definitely will be at the end of the jump off, with only 5 horses left to go at this stage. So those are the clears for Portugal: Sibra, then Emma Stoker, Saito, which we saw, Opatrni for the Czech Republic, Klapphake, Andreas Schuh, Sato, and now Van Essen. So next in the ring is Eric van der Vleuten. Eric riding Wunschkind, owned by Marta Ortega. Eric and Wunschkind very much the stalwart of Madrid in Motion, and helped Madrid in Motion to win the Champions League in 18 and to be 3rd last year. Fortunately, having a fence down there. 2019, won a very good 160 class in Saint-Tropez. Michael competing in Doha this week. Doha, whose Grand Prix yesterday was brilliantly won by Daniel Deuser. Coming in with 4 faults. Unfortunately, Eric not in the jump off. Doha, where it was a 5-star competition, and which is just before next week, first leg of the Global Champions League, which will be happening next week. Next in the ring for Luxembourg is Charlotte Bettendorf, and she's riding Raya Delby, 15-year-old mare by Chapultepec, out of a Papillon Rouge mare. Recent winners, well, last year the winners of the Munster Grand Prix, 4-star, won a class in Liège, also 4-star, and was second last week in the small Grand Prix here in Verrières over 1.45 meters. Extremely competitive pair to get into the jump off. So clear. Oh, too bad. Middle of the combination hasn't fallen that much today, unfortunately. Just opened her up a little bit too much there, coming to the last. Finishing in with a disappointing 8 faults for Charlotte Bettendorf.
The first 2 Grand Prix of the 2020 Counter B week number 3 for her, the best of luck. Seacoast, Kashmir Z, Gudrun Petit, Belgium.
So, at this stage we just have 3 to go, not least ones. We've 12 clear so far, and now in the ring is the winner of 2 of the Grand Prix so far, very much in form, is Gudrun Patate, and she's riding Seacoast Kashmir Z. Gudrun, who's very busy here with a full team of horses jumping in all different classes, and we're becoming used to see this very spectacular mare. But again, it's 4 inches bigger than the first week she won, just 2 weeks ago. So it's question is a little bit a bit bigger. Very careful mare. There, just rolled the back bar. Gudrun, who's very successful in Verrières here over the years, has had many Seacoast horses winners, and this week in another ring, one of our previous rides, Seacoast Atlantic, finished second in one of the ranking classes ridden by Max Watchman. So unfortunately this week we will not see her in the jump off. coming in on 4 falls.
A man who yesterday won the small Grand Prix in Real Style.
But again, the mare giving a super performance.
Number 49, second
Just
last to go.
click the back pole there behind, unfortunately. So, next is for Italy, Alberto Zorzi from the top stables. Already a winner of a ranking class here this week with another horse. Now going in with Cincy. 4th in the Grand Prix last week. And the other horse that he's been jumping here, Vauban du Trio. It's a horse that won the other ranking class early in the week. Beautifully written. Picture perfect round there by Alberto and Cincy.
Clear round number 13, Alberto Zorzi, the man on fire at the Sunshine Tour, is through to yet contest another jump.
And this is our 13th clear round. There's Javier Tenor in the picture. And here, which again can be proud and satisfied of getting the right numbers going through into the jump off. Not an easy thing to do early in the season, not an easy thing to do when some people are bringing on new horses and then other people bringing older horses back into work and back ready to start the season. So last to go is for the USA, Laura Crowd, and Laura is riding Florette. And Laura has again been crossing the Atlantic on the winning team in D Ridge for the Nations Cup, FEI Nations Cup. American team who won again last night in Palm Beach. There was another Nations Cup which was brilliantly won by America, with a team of young riders including sensation Brian Mugray. I think she might just have tried to do that in 8 and just ran out of a bit of space and took the front pole out.
That was a real pity today. 76.88 does the time, but fence number 10, the Suzuki fence, is down. So it will
Flores is the daughter of Verdi.
And Simbrose Farms is Florette. 10 minutes to the jump off, and we've got 13 riders.
So going out to the jump off with the 13 horses into the jump off over a shortened course, of course, with basically we'll have a look at the track in a minute. So for Portugal, Duarte Sebra, Antonio Alfonso for Italy, Emma Stoker from the United Kingdom, Vincent Vaughan, Koki Saito, Alice Opatri,
Vegas Dushai, Portugal.
Devin Demirsoy, Jody Hall McAteer, Laura Klapphake, Andreas Schuh, Aiken Sato, Angeli van Essen, and Alberto Sosi in for last. So we've the first horse in, and it's Duarte Sibra riding Vegas Duchai. So it's a shortened course. First from 1 and 2, same as in the first round, 7 strides. Then turn left to 3, again same fence, it's an oxer, but then one turns quickly to the left to a vertical. And then there's a related distance there, which we saw just a minute ago done in 8, where it's a normal 9, a very long 8. And turning back to the 2 last elements of the combination. Then a long line to the finish, and finishing on 11, leaving out what was fence 12. So Duarte is coming in on a time of 42.25 with 4 faults. So this was the first horse in. 7 and 150 this week. Lots of placing. 4th in the Grand Prix in Pedro Salgades 2-star Grand Prix. So this would have been a slightly bigger level than what the horse has been performing at so far. Next in the ring is for Italy, Antonio Alfonso, and he's riding Donanzo, a 12-year-old grey gelding. It's a full brother actually to a horse ridden by Laura Kraut called Cavaglia. Horse won the 4-star Gaystron Grand Prix, so it's well within the ability. And horse just open up a little too much and had the front rail down. And another expensive rail there come out of the combination, and down to the last fence on 8 faults and 44.12. So next
in this 4-star Grand Prix. Remember that prize fund, 24,000 or thereabouts going to the winner. First of 2 for Great Britain. Can it be the first double clear? Emma Stoker,
okay, so I'll flatten a little bit and have the front rail down behind. Next in the ring is a very exciting combination. It's Emma Stoker, and she's riding Contadero VDM. Now, Emma is based at the Euro Horse Stables of Axel Valois. This is an interesting horse, especially now, because it's out of the same dam as yesterday's Grand Prix winner in Doha, Killer Queen, written by Daniel Dorse. So an important horse and a big time horse in the making. Of course, previously ridden for Bob Young, and now based in the very powerful stable, Euro Horse stable. We're just going for a clear, not not really trying to necessarily win, just have a nice clear round and doing that beautifully. Coming in on 44.81 and clear, and going into the lead is Emma Stoker. And probably looking at the bigger picture and the long-term picture.
44.81. I think we might see a round quicker than that, but it was a super double clear, and there's still a way to go. The target is over fence 9B on 20 seconds. The next to go,
very promising
Diva, the Netherlands.
Riders for the British flag, some of which are here. So next in the ring is Vincent Vaughan, and he's riding Diva. Diva, normally ridden by Emma Moussac. Fence down in both Grand Prix previously, but otherwise all the time clear, so Vincent will be very keen to put his name on the board without taking too many risks. Not the mare with the biggest ride in the world, so in a big arena it's a slight disadvantage, but still clear. Coming in on a fast time, definitely the faster time so far, and clear, coming in on 41.27. So into the lead goes Vincent.
1.2 seconds, 3 seconds into the lead for the Dutchman, Vincent Vaughan and Diva.
Diva, well used to be winning here, won 2 classes no less with Emma.
And that was really a super shot to the Longines vertical.
Her
Going down to the Suzuki.
Czech rider here last year.
24 seconds. I wonder, are we going
so
to getting quicker as we go?
Vince has to sit it out with another 10 horses to go. First of which is for Japan is Koki Saito, and he's riding Chilensky. Third in the Grand Prix in Drammen. Jumped in Barcelona, in Geesteren. 7 the Weirden Grand Prix. So one of the main players in the Japanese team, and very much a hopeful for Tokyo. Probably will not do all to win, but we are under instruction just to go for a nice economic clear. Of course, losing a little bit of time with his kicking. And a tight turn to the Oxer. Turning back. It's not going to put the time in danger. Assuring the clear, and clear he is. Nearly 3 seconds slower than Vincent, coming in with the clear round in 43.79. Going into second place and clear. So a very cleverly built jump off track. With lots of turns, so it's most probably going to be one more on a turn than on a big mad gallop. So next for the Czech Republic is Alice Opatny, and he's riding Forever. 9-year-old by Caruso. Second in the Munich Grand Prix 3-star. And Vienna 2-star Grand Prix. So this is a serious candidate. Very, very sharp turn there. Big angle to the Oxer. Turning back, galloping down. And there's a line there. Not taking a silly chance here. Assuring the front pole. Oh, the horse was good there coming in. Was deep. And great to the finish there, finishing with 3 seconds in hand. And in the lead, and a very good lead I would say, is Alice Opatny and Forever.
Of the Junta to Andalucia Grand Prix for Alice Opatny and Forever. That's the round that he's been waiting on, and that was just
great result there.
38-2-5. We go faster again.
I would say at least guaranteed a podium place there, because without taking any silly risks, and very good turns, especially down to the third fence and again to the second and third part of the double. So into the lead goes Alice O'Pattenry. Next is for Turkey, Darren Demirsoy, and he's riding Koblenz van de Middelstede, a 10-year-old. Was 8th in the Grand Prix last week. Placed in a 3-star in Ganteleu and 4th in the Grand Prix, 2-star in Zandhoven.
38.25.
10-year-old. Didn't kept the 7. Right. Slower than Battery, but good turns.
Come on.
And through, and 3.36 seconds slower than the battery, coming in at with a clear in 41.61 into third place.
41.61 and goes third, but 38.25 is the target for the youngest rider on the field.
Very, very nice round. Lovely horse, and definitely a horse that's gonna get plenty of ribbons. Now, definitely somebody that's gonna try it, Jody Hall McAteer, Salt and Pepper. Of course, Jody that used to ride Coquin Coquerie, which is now called Hello Vincent. But didn't miss him very long, and has been very successful with this Salt and Pepper horse. And a very competitive rider. It's very good. Assuring the vertical. Beautiful, giving it feet. Again, balancing the horse. Just a little rub there, but coming in on 41.56, and into third place go Jody. Terrific result. Again, one of those British young riders.
And it's 5 to go. A lady who has all the experience that she needs to do it. 38.25 to beat. Laura Klaphake.
Similarly, yesterday in the Nations Cup in Wellington, the US team was also a young team, and a very promising young team. So there's plenty of young riders of very high level, very competitive around. So, and there's another one, although not quite as young as Jody, is Laura Klaphake, and she's riding Bantu Balu. Laura and her brother, have been consistently in the money here. Having a cut. Seven in the Grand Prix in Paderborn. This one's written by Walter Gabatuller for Switzerland. He loses most of the time in the air. The demonstrative in her jump and coming in clear, and again giving it feet, and coming in at 41.42. So everybody's fighting very much for this third place. It's now Laura Klaphake is taking this third place with pushing Jody back into fourth. So,
Final four. Time to beat 38.25. Tempo más rápido, 38.
brilliant jumper.
Andreas Go and the absolute horses Quadros and Ask, Denmark.
Now, next is for Denmark, Andreas Schuh. Andreas is riding Quadroson Ask by Quadros out of a Carrington mare. Must be ridden by Eva Kroner. Little slip there. This mare is just a little bit more on her front there. Digs into the ground a little bit rather than to be jumping above the ground. Flat. Just got too flat there. Andreas rebalancing it. Seems that maybe somebody forgot to put on studs, or they're not being very effective. The horse has to keep his balance in the turn. So coming in 4 folds in 42.22. Quite a good time, but unfortunately 4 folds put him into 8th place. So just 3 to go in this jump off, with Alex Opatny for the Czech Republic well into the lead there on 38.25, which at this moment looks extremely comfortable, since nobody has been below the 40 seconds so far. Next to try is Aiken Sato and with Chicano. Again, Chicano definitely wastes quite a bit of time in the air. If he jumps anywhere the same way as he jumped in the first round, it's going to be difficult to make the time. Yes, it's an incredible jump. But having a go, Aiken is very competitive there. He slowed down a little bit and went a little bit wide there to assure the vertical coming in. Unfortunately, his horse still rubbed it behind for 4 falls. So coming in with 4 falls and the last as well, but breaking that 40-second barrier, coming in on 39.38, but unfortunately 8 falls, leaving him well back in the money there, unfortunately.
38.25 and clear is the time to beat. She's got to be over the Suzuki on 22 seconds to be in touch. Angeli von Essen, Coachella, Sweden.
Both times having a rub behind. Next is Coachella, Angeli von Essen, 15-year-old grey mare. Definitely will try and reorganize the podium. Sharp and short, big angle there to the oxer, gets it, leaves it, ready to turn. Same thing here, straight for the short line there to this fence. Again, position straight away to turn. Very economical to that if you look back and think back about the others. So in touch at the moment. Very much in touch, but no, just not. 39.65 as opposed to 38.25, so a brilliant second place at the moment for Angeli and Coachella.
39.65. It just shows you what you've got to do to beat the current leader from the Czech Republic, Alice Openy, and now we come to the last. 38.25 to beat.
Positive Coachella there.
Cinzi, Italy.
Coachella seemed to be nearly as competitive as Angeli there. The way that she engaged in those angles, jumping the fences on an angle. So last to go, and the only one fit to beat Patni is for Italy, Alberto Sorsi and Sensi. Just tight there. Shorter stride, of course, than the two other horses, but a good time. Oh, unfortunately, the horse there flattened and opened up a little too much and had the front rail down in front. So 4 faults. Alberto slowing down a little bit to assure that he's the only one down. Coming in on a fast time, but 41.03. Probably would have been a danger for Alex. He did slow down after having the fence down. So finishing 9th. So we have a result. Alice O'Patry, Angeli Van Essen, Vincent Vaughan, Laura Clapp-Hackett, Jodie McAteer, Darren Demirzoy. That was the result of the Regional Government of Andalucia Grand Prix, with 23,000 euros to the winner, and the winner for the Czech Republic, Alice O'Patry and Forever, just beating Angeli Van Essen for Sweden, and third Vincent Vaughan and Diva. And this was the 3rd week. Till next week for the 4th week. Goodbye from me, Alan Storm, and see you next week back at the Sunshine Tour for week 4.